I hope you enjoyed this small vlog sort of intro, I guess you can call it. If you want more videos like this as an intro, just comment down below, or if you want me to change it, comment that also down below. Anyway, let's begin on our video. How to shoot a spec ad or commercial in little to no budget. When we say spec ad or when we say commercial, people think that you need to spend a huge amount of money or a huge amount of gears and high level equipments and all, but
I'm broke.
it took me a lot of time. First of all, if you had the money and the gear, it will take a less amount of time to produce a video and get it done. But if you don't have money and if you don't have the gears, it might take you a lot of time and effort, because you can't rent out stadiums to shoot this video because you don't have the budget for it. And at the same time, you can't just shoot it in your home. So I thought, let's take a product out of football, which is, I went for Nike, and let's shoot a shoe sort of football commercial. So for every commercial or any video, there is 3 stages to it: the pre-production part, the production part, and the post-production. So let's begin with the pre-production. The pre-production is where you lay out major of your foundation, and it's gonna tell you how your video is gonna go even before you start it. For this commercial, the toughest part was the pre-production part, because you have to find the location, you have to find the characters for it, models, and you have to find your story. The first thing I had to do was get a list of inventories which I have, whether it's people who I have contact with, whether it's equipments I have in contact with, or if I can borrow some equipments. I think even before you begin your story, you have to learn what you have and how to work with it. Because if you create a story with drones flying, with this robotic arms shooting, but you don't have the budget for it, so that's what, learn what you have and try to create a story with it. So this entire commercial was shot on Sony a6700. Do find a review over here or here. The pre-production part comes with on what equipments you have and what's the story and what's the storyboard and where you're gonna shoot it. The idea actually came when I saw my friend YouTube channel. Actually, I'll link it down below. He teaches this football coordinations and football techniques, tricks and movements and all. So when I saw those videos, I thought it was interesting, and I thought maybe we could make some ad together with him. So when I went to contacts, I contacted him. Hey, you down for shooting a commercial ad? And he was like, yeah, sure, I'm down. That's how simple it was to get a model. You can make your friends be the model. So write a story with the characters you have, with the equipments you have. Keep all those in mind and write a story for it. So my story was short and simple. It's never give up. It's just like Nike's just do it. So now I have a story. I wanted an idea, a visual perspective on how the commercial is gonna go. So what I did was I went to YouTube. I researched a lot of videos like commercial ads, like spec ads and football ads. I seen a lot of videos like that, and whenever I like a frame or I like a shot, I just take a screenshot of it, whether it's close up, whether it's a medium shot, whether it's a long shot. The key element which played here was the mood board. Because I collected a lot of pictures and a lot of frames on how I want my video to go, it really helped the production part. So once I have the story, I have the mood board, and the next part in the line was music, because I like to edit on the beat. So I found out a music, and I thought everything was ready in the pre-production part itself. But there was one mistake that I forgot in the pre-production itself. It's finding location. You see, location plays a key role on how your video is gonna go. In the pre-production itself, what I did was I thought, let's go shoot in the park where there is a goal post in the early morning. So this is where step 2, the production part. On the day of production, me, my friend and his brother, we reached over there at 6 a.m. We were like, let's shoot. But since we didn't scout the place a day before the shoot, we didn't know that there was no goal post over there, because a lot of my shots were related to goal post and shooting the ball inside. So after 30 minutes of searching and talking to some people, we got a place to shoot at a university, and we had a connection over there so that we can book the place. And again, this location was free. One important thing was I don't have a gimbal, but since to take majority of the shots we need a stable hand, and my hand isn't that stable enough to look like a gimbal. So I went and borrowed gimbal from. He was kind enough to give me the gimbal for a week to test it out and even to teach him. Thank you for that. I think that was the first day I took the gimbal in action. Before that, I never handled a gimbal. I never used a gimbal other than the one which I have over there for the phone. We shot the entire video for 2 hours or something. The reason why I was able to shoot all the clips which I needed under 2 hours is because we had a story, we had a script, we had the mood board in my phone itself. so I can go through it, I can see what is required, what is not required. And once I got all the shots which I needed and I didn't miss out any of them, it's over. Now the next part, the post-production. For the post-production, I shot all the videos in S-Log3 Cine Gamut. I think I had around 70 to 100 clips to color grade, and my computer took a long time. So I took it to DaVinci and I color graded it on how I want the video to look, which is a bit warm. Once I completed the color grading, some of my videos had some issues, it was dark at some angles and some sides. I don't know how or why. Later I figured out it's because of my ND filter. Don't ask me how, and I'm not sure even if it's my ND filter. I completed the color grading, I started to arrange it, I kept my musics, and then the next thing came was sound design. So for the sound design, I used some websites called Pixabay and freesounds.com. I will link all those in below. The majority of those sounds were just whooshes, risers, and football kicks. Using these three sounds, I created a sound design which I am quite happy with it. I also thought I wanted to include a dialogue to it because it seemed pretty empty without a dialogue. But at the end, I didn't want to go for a dialogue since it's just the first commercial ad I did, and it seemed pretty good enough. I didn't want to ruin it. This is saying too many cooks can spoil the food. So too many sounds and too many designs and so many ideas can also spoil the video. So from this, I can say these 3 tips that you can use to reduce your budget from little to nothing. Make your friends the model. Get yourself enough contacts that you can call them and ask for a place or location, or you can find out a place. 3. Borrow, not rent it. By borrowing, you will reduce your amount by a lot. Find a friend who has what you don't have and borrow it from him. And in other cases, maybe a friend comes to you, lend him the equipment, okay? So I hope this video has been very useful for you, and if you have any questions or suggestions to this video, let me down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and here is the video, the end result you have all been waiting for.